Brum bum, brum bum. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
You're
Ba, ba,
listening
ba, ba,
to
ba, ba,
Talking
ba,
Marvel.
ba, ba.
Team Venom, assemble.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the third instalment of Talking Marvel. I'm not really, I won't really say the host because let's be honest, we keep referring to one of us as the host for these, but
I think that's just
when
how
we
it.
say host, we just mean I'm the guy doing the intro.
Yeah.
That's essentially how it boils down in these things.
Maybe for these
But-
we should just start saying we are your hosts.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
You're like, no, my name
No.
comes first.
Then if Daddy gets on, one of them like, we are your host, Rory O'Connor, and
And
Daddy is also here.
Yes.
But yeah, so for the benefits of those who are listening, if you haven't heard any of these before, what we do is we take three good things and three bad things about each Marvel movie, and we discuss it. So that's it. Dead straightforward concept, and then we give it a rating out of 10 at the end each, and we go from there. So Connor's going to be taking the good. I'm going to be taking the bad. Do you want to go first, man?
I will go first, and my first positive is two in one because they're practically the same thing. It is the introduction of Whiplash / the casting of Mickey Rourke.
Sound.
I love Whiplash. They say Whiplash is a fairly new character.
Yeah.
I think 2010 Whiplash was introduced.
He was updated around about that sort of time.
Yeah.
It'd been used in been used sparingly, but 2010's like really when they started properly pushing him in comics and stuff.
Yeah.
Before he'd just been sort of one of those one and done issue villains for a while.
Yeah. To be fair, it was probably because it lined up with the movie.
Yeah.
But
They brought him back prominently because of the movie coming out then.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Whiplash, even the very sparingly he was used, because I just think the whole concept of him as a character is very cool.
Yeah.
And Mickey Rourke as an actor is phenomenal, especially in this movie where he's just incredibly cocky. He just wants his bird, man.
I want my bird.
Yeah, I want my bird.
That's not my bird.
It's a great bird. It's not my bird. Yeah, I just Mickey. I
agree.
can't think of anyone else who would have been better.
No, he was awesome.
Your negative.
Also about Mickey Rourke's Whiplash. After we've just said all that positive. However, it's not about him. It's not about his acting, and it's not about the character. It was about the costume design. I actually really like the costume design as well, so don't get me wrong on that. It's just that half the film he's walking around topless and stuff, and with no protection to his face. And you're like, if Stark just punches him in the face, he's going to break him. He's got a fucking metal fist. Do you know what I mean? Or Iron Man, aim for his face.
Or his
Do you know
chest,
what I mean?
yeah.
Or his chest. Do you know what I mean? That was the thing that I thought was annoying. I know by the end of the film, when they have the big showdown, he's actually got a full-on suit sorted, and then that's cool. But just that thing at the beginning where the first time he goes after Iron Man, he's just running around with no top on, gets hit by a car about 17 times and stuff into the wall, and you know what I mean? It was just, I just thought,
I think
give him
in the defense for that bit, Stark's going around in like F1 car or whatever. He probably wouldn't have expected Iron Man to have a suit with him.
Yeah, no, I get that, but Iron Man gets to see, no. But yeah, but what we've said about these, though, to be fair, is that for the negatives, because we both love these films, a lot of these negatives are ones where I'm like, you know what I mean? I've purposely gone nitpicky with it.
Yeah, I get that. I'll take my number 2 positive now, and that is the introduction of Don Cheadle as War Machine, and obviously taking over from the guy who looks like Cuba Gooding Jr. I can't remember his name.
Terrence Howard.
That's the guy. Yeah, it's just.
You know the reasoning behind that?
I do.
Okay.
Because you said it in the first Iron Man episode.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. I forgot. I can't remember what I haven't listened to them back yet. They haven't been released at time of recording.
Very true. But yeah,
And heaven forbid I should listen back to them while they were unreleased, because we want those all
I was
important
going to say
hits.
that doesn't give us numbers. Who cares? But yeah, I think Don Cheadle was very much an upgrade for the character.
Yeah.
And the fact we get to see in this one actual War Machine.
Yeah.
And not just, the pedestrian military man version.
I think they did a really good job of doing it as well. First, he just went off in that stealth suit.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so he's sort of War Machine, but he's not War Machine. They like, actually, no. They're upgrading him and they've given him all this stuff like, you know what, you should have a missile on your shoulder. Like, I should have a missile launcher on my shoulder. And all that. They actually had the military upgrade into War Machine instead of start doing it. It's like, okay, yeah, no, love it.
Wasn't it? It's been a while since I've seen Iron Man 2, wasn't it?
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer, yeah.
He
shows a load of bollocks until it comes to the missile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I watched The Winter Soldier at the weekend, and that ties up a plot thread from Iron Man 2.
Is it?
Because you have Gary Chandler's character that's taking Stark to court and doing his best to like frigging try and put Stark behind bars. In Winter Soldier, he's revealed as a member of Hydra. He does a Hail Hydra to Agent Sitwell in a very, very brief 1-minute scene. And you're like, so that's why he's such a colossal bastard in Iron Man 2. He was Hydra. Do you know what I mean?
Nice. I'll have to keep an eye out for that next time I watch Winter Soldier.
The thing is, it's like a nothing scene as well. It's literally...
unless you've got, like, the keen eye for it.
Yeah. And it's because it's when Falcon, Cap, and Black Widow go and grab Agent Sitwell to interrogate him and stuff. And Falcon, it's the first time you see Falcon fly.
Oh, yeah.
With his suit. And they go and grab him off a roof and all that sort of stuff. But basically, the person he's speaking to, who says Hail Hydra to him, is the guy who was the prosecutor in Iron Man 2. So, fair play. Some nice long-term storytelling there.
That is. Okay, what is your second negative? Or nitpick, as we've established.
Too many Avengers teasers and too many Marvel Easter eggs. We said how we loved the ones that were in Iron Man and the ones that were in Hulk were great. I think Iron Man 2 went overboard with it to the point where it's probably one of the biggest flaws of it. We had Iron Man 1 was basically, we got Nick Fury after the credits and like, oh shit, they're going for the Avengers. And this was the whole way through. You had Black Widow was awesome. It was a great introduction to Black Widow and everything. And then it was Nick Fury's there and he's like, you know what? Oh, let's just continuously hammer home the fact that you're not going to be in the Avengers. And he's like, we all know he's going to be in the Avengers. You don't need to drag this out. Why have we got an hour of them going, yeah, we're assessing you if you're going to be in the Avengers or not? Like, he's the only one at this point. He's literally the only candidate. And then like, by the end of it, it's just like, yeah, Iron Man should be in the Avengers. Like, yeah, we know. And then it's like, oh, but Tony Stark shouldn't. Like, fuck me. Stop it now, guys. Why did Fury even turn up to talk to him about it to begin with if he's going to spend an hour in this film just going back and forth?
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely on that. I completely escaped my mind, to be honest with you.
It was still cool, to be fair.
It's still cool, yeah,
at the
but
time,
I think I mentally blocked it out.
The thing is, at the time, like, the Avengers hadn't come out, so, like, I was in the cinema, like, just like, oh my god, he keeps saying Avengers. I was like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's eating popcorn and pointing at the screen. That's what I was like all the way through that film. Avengers! Diabetes. So what's your third and final positive, my man?
What is my third and final? I forgot. What have I said?
You said Whiplash and War Machine. Were you about to say, oh yeah, it settled the Avengers perfectly after I've just ripped into that?
I was not. Hang on. Did I make notes? Because I believe.
No, you told me what it was. You were saying about Jon Favreau. You said before the episode started.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, cause we're at the moment. Yeah, look, right, okay.
It's because you started telling me about it before we started recording, and then so I bet your brain's on that thing going, I've already spoken about this
exactly,
shit.
Yeah, Jon Favreau directing this movie is just beautiful. I said it before we start recording. Jon Favreau is probably one of the most underrated directors around today. I know that probably sounds moot considering the things the year 2020 that we're now at. You know, the things he's directed since. Like, for God's sake, look at the dude. The dude made The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But like, at this point especially, my introduction to Jon Favreau was when he played the millionaire who wanted to date Monica in Friends. Who then decided to go and compete in the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah. Pete Becker was his character name. There you go. That's some very sad trivia for you because I'm depressed. But other than that, but yeah, Jon Favreau is.
That's like you were like I can't think of a word for. I don't want to just say sad. Let's use the mental thesaurus. Oh, depressed. Let's go with that.
Look, it works.
I am somber. Don't be depressed, Connor.
Well, you know, no. Jon Favreau I love as a director, and as someone who's mentally unstable, I can appreciate his work, and it's nice to see him. Rodog, hit us with your last one, even though it's going to bounce off mine because we discussed it.
It is exactly going to bounce off yours, which is why I was quiet throughout your point, because my final negative that I scribbled down on here is that it's Jon Favreau's last Iron Man film as a director. I really enjoyed his stuff, to be fair. I know I moaned about the Avengers teasers and stuff, but a lot of that is down to the studio.
Yeah.
Like, this has to do this for the Avengers, this has to do that for the Avengers. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But the actual film itself and Tony Stark's...
Did you say Tony Hawk?
I tried to say Tony Stark's story arc, and it just came out as a jumbled mess. But his TS's story arc.
Tony Hawk's Avengers, I'd play
that. Yeah. I said Tony Arc.
It's only
Tony Hawk's story
I
arc.
said Tony Hawk's. I was picturing
No,
like Tony
all over
Hawk
the place,
dressed.
man.
I was picturing
It's
Tony.
even worse.
I was picturing Tony Hawk dressed as Iron Man, and then like Bam Margera comes up just dressed as Thor.
That would be amazing, to be fair. But yeah, we had Iron Man 3 with Shane Black, which, to be fair, I like that film.
I
we'll
really
get
like
round
that.
to that eventually.
I do. I like that film.
But I like that Jon Favreau stayed on as the character that he played in those films, which is Happy Hogan, and he's been like one of the connecting threads. Because initially, in the first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the connecting thread was Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
Who they then killed and relegated to being revived for TV, and never had him reappear in the films, which made no sense to me.
Oh, after going into that pile of shit of a TV show.
Yeah, just like, come on, guys, just bring him out of it. Bring him out. Bring him back to the light. And then we got him de-aged for Captain Marvel, which again we'll get to that at some point. I'm sure that'll be on our negatives, like when we say about the de-aging things for Samuel L. Jones.
I can't wait for Captain Marvel because we're going to be praying that falls on our negatives.
Yeah, this is it, because we're taking it in turns, aren't we? So yeah, shit, I'm gonna have to work it out and try and scramble the order.
Nope.
So, next week we're doing Captain Marvel. This is your turn. Oh wait, no, I want to do it. So yeah, overall out of 10, what would you give it?
What did I do? You know what I give Iron Man 1?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I think I'd give this an 8 because I didn't really like this one.
Okay, I've got a 7. I've written down for it. So yeah, 7.5 overall. Not a bad one. Not a bad score at all out of 10. Didn't we give like Hulk 4? Not Thor, 4.
Yes, we gave him Thor.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Question.
But yeah,
Are we doing this in release order or chronological? Because I can't remember.
we're going to do it in release order, because otherwise we should have started with Captain America and then done Captain Marvel.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was just making sure.
Yeah, just because with like the Captain America film and Captain Marvel film, I know chronologically it's better to watch them the other way around nowadays. It's also not because of certain things, like the Captain Marvel one ties into Endgame.
Yeah.
Captain America one leads directly into Avengers and stuff. You know what I mean? It's things like that. How it's like if you watched up until Steve gets frozen on Captain America and then watched Iron Man, Hulk and Thor, and Iron Man 2. So yeah. So the next, that was our chat. And next week we'll be talking about Thor, not Thor, Thor. Got it this time. Son of Odin, Prince of Asgard. And yeah, thanks for listening. I've been Rory Bailey at King_Roaster.
I've worked
He's
it
been
out.
Connor Franks.
I've
What's
worked it
that?
out. I have to do the positives for Captain Marvel,
Haha.
but you have to do the negatives for Ragnarok.
Oh, fuck off. All right, next week we're going to do Thor and we're going to swap our orders.
Nope.
But yeah, right. I've been Rory Bailey at King_Roaster. He's been Connor Franks at the Connor Franks. And you can find our whole channel over on Twitter at Team Venom Media 1. Thanks for listening, folks, and we'll see you next week for Thor.
May the force be with you.